Dear viewers, I'm sure you're keen to know how to save money in your business and also avoid downtime in your production processes. MANROLAND Goss has developed an in-house service platform that can help. It's called MAINTELLISENSE. And no doubt you'll have questions for our next speaker, so please do write your questions in the chat. That creates a really interesting discussion after the presentation in the Q&A. It's my pleasure to introduce two speakers from MANROLAND Goss. First of all, Alexander Seiler. Now, I'm sure you'll tell us what your function is at MANROLAND Goss, because I didn't catch that. And we have the CEO of MANROLAND Goss. A warm welcome also to Franz Kriechbaum. Over to you. You can start your presentation.
Thank you, Tanja. Yeah, welcome to our presentation of MAINTELLISENSE. We want to show you how you can save real money with using your machine data. My name is Franz Kriechbaum. I'm the CEO of MANROLAND Goss Web Systems, and I brought with me Alex Seiler. He's responsible for the development and coordination of our MAINTELLISENSE predictive solution tool. Well, let me spend a few words on MANROLAND Goss and what we do. We are a global player, and we are a merger between MANROLAND and Goss, both producers of printing machines. So if I'm talking about printing machine, I mean a machine which at least is 20 truckloads if you want to ship it. And you see here below a photo of one of our folding units. This one is 16 meters high. So our printing machines, if you want to call them, they fill complete buildings. And if you look at our history, you see we are there since 176 years. Well, you will assume that our equipment looks like that. That's what you think of: heavy steel and very lot of metal here visible. But if you look closer at this picture, you already see the first switches and data generating parts of this machine. By the way, these are the printing units, the core of the printing machine. And so this is where it all begins. And from that early moment on, we will add data generating things like a drive will generate multitude, dozens of data. And where does this all end up? Well, it ends up here. Of course, we get a lot of data out of our machine. Now the question is how to make create meaningful information out of that data. And this is not so easy. What do we normally do? We extract some data, put it into spreadsheets, into databases, and then try to find correlations and so on and so on. Well, a lot of inefficiency and very time consuming. Well, it can be much easier if you have a tool like MAINTELLISENSE. We want to show you how easy it is, and that a modern predictive maintenance platform just requires you to use it while it gets smarter every day. And now I introduce Alex Seiler, who will show us how this works in reality. Alex.
Thank you very much, Franz Kriechbaum. I also welcome you to our live demo of MAINTELLISENSE. My name is Alexander Seiler. So let's see the next picture. MAINTELLISENSE. Yeah, MAINTELLISENSE is the predictive maintenance application that analyzes your machine performance, collects and visualizes fault characteristics, and identifies solutions. Not only prevent machine breakdowns, identify, eliminate, and faults, plan with maximum efficiency and reduce energy, maintenance, and product costs. Get the best performance total of all from your production plant. But these are very theoretical statements, and I'm more a practical guy. We decide so to present the software to you in a live demo. For this reason, all customer-related data has been made unrecognizable. This is not ideal in some situations, but data protection is one of our important topics. I will now show you 3 short examples how MAINTELLISENSE supports you in your daily business. So we prepare one video and start the video. You see now the dashboard of MAINTELLISENSE and the 3 MAINTELLISENSE product areas directly in the video: the My Log Assistant, the My Production, and My Machine. Let's start with the My Log Assistant. This application shows you your logbook messages in a simple way. You can design each query according to your needs. When you open the application, you can choose between a stored query or a new query. In your daily business, you will choose a stored query, but when you need special information, you can individualize your own queries, for example, with a different time period. After the evaluation, you will see an overview with various graphics, and each graphic representation one error message of your machine. You will find the message with the highest priority on the top of the screen. But let's have a look in the details of an error message. Here you will find the extended information and the first troubleshooting for this error message to help yourself. When you like to see more detailed information, the application shows you the exact time, the logbook, or the product informations. You see here in the video also the gross counter, net counter, all informations what you need to understand what happened in your machine. Of course, you can print out the graphics, delete it, or simply filter it by different kind of priorities. For example, when you only like to see the highest priority error messages. We go back to the dashboard and see again the next topic of MAINTELLISENSE, be efficient, My Production. Now let's have a look in the application. With this software part, you can check different kind of parameters for each production. We open again the My Production part and you see how easy it is. And we open also again a stored query and have a look in the graphic overview. In our example, you can see all productions during the selected query period, group it into wide and small paper widths, which is a very normal situation at your machine. The selected parameters are displayed now for each production. When we open now the biggest values, so for example, you see here now the make ready waste or speed or net speed, and you see for each parameter the marginal value, the mean value, the status, and the trend. So immediately you see the red X in the status field, and it goes about the run waste. We are still over the marginal value, and we follow the course of each production. We can see that there have been 2 productions recently that had a high percentage of waste. The software now provides you with all other information for this production. So you can optimize where you have recently the problems. Please remember, all customer related data has been made unrecognizable. So sorry, but you don't see it. In this example, but we see a production with a very, very low grammage. This is the reason for the problem with the waste. As you can also see, all parameters are shown in a very easy way. You see everything in one dashboard. Last but not least, the My Machine. Here you can see and observe the machine parameters and the machine performance by yourself. We will start again some stored queries. In our example, you can now see the production output of the system and detailed evaluations of web breaks and folder jams. You can determine which diagrams you displayed here at any time in your own query when you like. Production times, web breaks evaluations are also possible for some example. The graphic now shows you the most reported sensor for process problems. In this case, in this example, web breaks and folder jams. When you now like to know the detailed information for the folder jams on your machine, click easy directly in the graphic and you see all detailed information for exactly this problem on your machine. So we will find the exact time or the exact downtime for your machine. Also, of course, some more informations like speed, product informations, and all what you need to solve the problem and understand the problem. The secret of MAINTELLISENSE is the simple way to show your machine informations. You see it in the first second, what is the performance problem and need to be checked in detail by yourself or by the machine automatically. In this example, you see the high waste in the calendar week 46 of this customer on this machine. It was not a really good week for the customer. So that was our live demo in 5 minutes only to present MAINTELLISENSE. The MAINTELLISENSE system is our central maintenance platform of manroland Goss. It was designed for digital transformation and the use of intelligent technologies. You can optimize your production process, increase your plant efficiency, reduce your overall production costs, ensure a simplified working day, or the biggest thing, sure, make your maintenance more efficient and prevent unplanned breakdowns. MAINTELLISENSE, yeah, it just has begun. With your input and the knowledge of our technicians, MAINTELLISENSE develops its skills every single day. For example, now what we are doing at the moment, we are constantly developing the logic and the performance in short development cycles. For using the new features, our customer do not even have to activate an update or make something on his own machine. This happens virtually overnight. At the moment, for example, our technicians are currently developing new algorithms to make the evaluations even more targeted. On the second side, we are currently developing a dashboard that summarizes the result of the evaluations and the recommendations for actions in a configurable overview. So you no longer have to go into the different applications. You can directly see in an overview which topics needs your attention. It is smart, it is also available, it's very intelligent. So MAINTELLISENSE, just use it. So thank you very much. Now we are at the end, faster than we think, of the presentation. Now we are happy to answer to your questions.
Thank you very much, Alexander Seiler from manroland, Goss, and of course, MAINTELLISENSE. Yes, there are some questions here from the viewers. Alexander Seiler, what does MAINTELLISENSE consist of? For example, do I need new software or hardware is what our viewer here would like to know.
Yeah, MAINTELLISENSE is generally a cloud-based software, and it was developed with a large number of open interfaces. So the most machines do not need an additional hardware, but this is what we have to check on the customer side. But the MAINTELLISENSE system works without any, works directly on the machine.
So it's a software, cloud-based solution, and you don't need any new hardware for it. Yeah. Okay, great. Doesn't seem quite clear yet to the viewers. Do you use artificial intelligence? Yes, of course. This is we are using different types of artificial intelligence currently, but focusing on machine learning. Right. In this way, errors in a system are analyzed with all sources of information what we have, and the reason for the problem is sequentially determined. Whether with a data scientist or machine learning or artificial intelligence, it depends all the time on the sequence what we like to test. Okay, you just mentioned the word data mining. So another question from the viewer, one of the viewers is, how does manroland Goss deal with data protection? Data protection and data security is also a top priority of manroland Goss. The data handling always takes place according to a German law, and we check exactly which data has to be read from us, from the machine, and which are not. Okay, and is that German law applicable to all your all the countries that you service? Yeah, provide solutions. The data preparation and data analysts are all the time made by the German law, but we also sell it, sure, of course, in other countries. But the data interpretation and the data preparation are all doing by a German law. Okay, I think we have time for one more question. Can MAINTELLISENSE be installed for every press? And there's a second part of that question. What is the situation with third-party presses? It's a good, very, very good question. Every press is a long journey because we are a very old machine builder. But yes, MAINTELLISENSE is not only for new presses. We had also connected very old machines, older than for 10 years, for example,
when you now ask the third party, yeah, of course, MAINTELLISENSE is open and had open interfaces also to connect other third party, other machines or customers.
Okay, I think that was all the questions from our viewers. So viewers, thank you very much for sending in your questions to manroland, Goss and Alexander Seiler. How is it going at virtual.drupa for you, Alexander Seiler?
Oh, it's very interesting, and the presentations of the different customers are very interesting for us. And yeah, we join it.
And how does it feel to do a live demo virtually rather than being here at the Messe Düsseldorf?
It's completely different. It's a little bit easier because I see only one camera, but no, it's interesting and it works. We see it works, yes.
Well, you did a great job. We hope to see you, though, in person at Drupa 2024. All the best for virtual.drupa. And also thank you very much to your CEO, Franz Kriechbaum.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.